Hello, Lalot Arcadio Rivera here for Catnocturnals, and we are now in our tutorials, particularly on the ethical frameworks, and we are now in the discussion on the doctrine of the mean. Another of Aristotle's philosophical discussion is the question, how is virtue achieved? Virtue is considered a quality of perfection. As a quality, these are abstract features or characteristics that are considered attributes of a being. As a quality, virtue is not matter. It is not a thing, not concrete, nor physical. It can become real when it is found in a concrete being. A color, for instance, is a quality. A color is not matter. It is not a thing. For instance, we have red color. That is color red. And if I ask you to give me color red, you cannot give me a color red. You can just give me a red ball pen or a red paper or a pen with red ink, but color is not a thing. So color as a quality is found in an object, a thing. You can only give me a red thing, but not red in itself. Virtue, likewise, is a quality. It is not a thing, it is not concrete, it is not physical, but as a quality, it is an attribute. It is an attribute that finds its realization or actualization in a thing or a being. But virtue is not just a quality. It is a quality of perfection. This means that the quality is that which will constitute the perfection of a being. Example, barking is a quality that constitutes partly the perfection of a dog. Barking is part of the essence of a dog. A dog that cannot bark, contrary to what a dog should be naturally, is a mute dog. So barking is part of the perfection of a dog. But in the absence of such, then that would make a dog mute. Muteness, for example, does not constitute perfection. It is an imperfection. This means that the quality is that which will constitute the perfection of a being. The more of that quality a being has, the better the being is in terms of its essence or in terms of what it ought to be. With virtue as a quality of perfection, some degrees of it or some amount of it in degrees may be attributed to a being. Thus, in cakes, for instance, some cake may be sweet, some sweeter, some sweetest. In humans, some are good, better, or best. The best is such degree of qualities of perfection that refers to virtuous deed or virtuous character or virtuous person. Hence, virtue cannot just be in the degrees of better or good. Mediocrity is not virtue. Virtue as qualities of perfection is always found in the degree of the best as an attribute to some action or to a person. This is what we call as excellence. Virtue as excellence, it was called Arete in Greek. Thus, to be a good person is to achieve the ideal of virtue of excellence, which is Arete. In this philosophical discussion, Arete is not something in a person that is excessive. It cannot be a surplus of a particular quality. For instance, a person with so much of self-confidence cannot be considered virtuous, since too much of a quality in such person, in that case, confidence, makes that person a braggart. A braggart can never fall in the category of a virtuous person. Likewise, if an individual lacks confidence and he calls himself shy and timid, such characteristic cannot make a person virtuous either. Anything lacking or insufficient is not excellence. Thus, not arete and certainly not virtuous. This means that to be shy and timid does not make one virtuous. What constitutes virtue, therefore, is not excess, not deficiency, not lack. It is the balance, the mean that is found in the midpoint between excess and lack. Arete is excellence, and it means it is a balance of too much and too less. This is now the doctrine of the mean, and for our convention, we shall call this the philosophical formulation number 3, the doctrine of the mean, or our shorter code for this is Arete.